resolution apologizing to our Chinese American immigrants here for our past racial acts. Clearly by the turnout, we know that this is a profound act being taken up by the city of San Jose, especially for our Chinese American community members here in the city of San Jose, and for descendants of our own, very own former Chinatowns, much like where we stand today, where the original Chinatown in the city of San Jose once stood. In 1987, at the 100-year anniversary of the initial removal of the Chinatown here in this area, our then mayor, Tom McHenry, and our late councilwoman for the area and former mayor Susan Hammer put together a recognition and a plaque, which actually before you leave you're welcome to see on the other side of the Fairmont here. And that plaque was also an apology and a recognition of the past atrocities that were perpetrated by our local government here in the city of San Jose, that ultimately were the demise of not only this Chinatown, but of all 5 former Chinatowns here in the city of San Jose. What did not happen 34 years ago was a formal resolution that would be able to live through the rest of time here in the city of San Jose. And what we had an opportunity to do this year now is to now enact the resolution, which our mayor will actually read following me, and we will be able to now honor that permanently here in the city of San Jose. In total, all 5 Chinatowns were actually right here within the district that I represent, the district at the time that then Councilwoman Susan Hammer represented, which is why it was important for us as representatives of this community to honor and recognize that history, not only with this resolution, but here in this special place that we are at today, that without these acts would have still stood a prominent Chinatown with the honor and history that they have provided to our community, to build this community here, along with ancestors of mine, immigrants that we know that have not only built up a city like the city of San Jose, but our country. And unfortunately, as we've seen, and this wasn't just an issue 150 years ago, wasn't just an issue 34 years ago, unfortunately, this issue of xenophobia, racism, continues. It has continued throughout our country. That wound was opened up over the last few years, perpetrated through the coronavirus, perpetrated through elected leaders at our highest level, encouraging and giving an opportunity for racism in our country to rear its head. And it hit us here close at home as well. As we saw a rise in anti-Asian hate crimes here in the city of San Jose, especially with those happening here, right here in the heart of my district, we helped pull together an effort of community members, an effort again led by our Office of Racial Equity, listening sessions with our AAPI community to ask what more could our local government do. And out of those listening sessions, one idea came forward that we had no idea that it would rise to this level of importance and interest. But it was an idea with a simple message to, number one, say I'm sorry. To recognize, acknowledge the history that our own local government, our own past leaders, our own past mayors and council members here in the city of San Jose perpetrated. Something we have to take ownership for. But also, to not only honor and recognize that, it's important that we know this history so that we don't repeat those mistakes again. I want to say thank you to a few special people, and they'll be speaking with us today as well. But today's event, and specifically the resolution, would not have been possible without Jerry Ki Wong of the Chinese Historical and Cultural Project. Thank you so much, Jerry. And Connie Young Yu, who has been a cornerstone in preserving our Chinese community history here in the city of San Jose. They will be speaking shortly, but thank you so much for making today possible and for helping us to be able to craft an honorable resolution